Hey everyone and welcome to the show. On this episode I'm going to show you how to install a Burly Brand Slammer Kit on this Dyna Street-Bob. Let's take a look at the parts and tools you'll need to complete this job. First you'll need a new Slammer Kit, a center jack, a fork cap socket, an 8mm hex bit socket, a 1/4" hex bit socket, a T50 Torx bit socket, a 3/4" socket, an adjustable wrench, a hook tool or coat hanger, some blue Loctite, and finally a foot-pounds torque wrench. Start by cracking loose the 4 bolts attaching the shocks to the bike. Raise the rear of the bike using the center jack until the back wheel spins freely. Remove the nut attaching the top of the shock absorber to the bike. Save the washers, bolts, and covers for later. Remove the lower bolt and then remove the shock absorber from the bike. On the left side of the bike, use an adjustable wrench to hold the nut in place while removing the lower shock bolt. Loosely install the rear slammer shock on the top shock bolt of the bike. Using the shock absorber as a guide, lower the bike until the rear mounting holes of the swing arm line up with the new shock. Apply some blue Loctite to the lower mounting bolt and install. Do not final tighten at this time. Install a washer and apply some blue Loctite to the upper mounting bolt. Install the cap, washer, and bolt. Do not final tighten at this time. Installation on the left side is the same as the right except for the rear mounting bolt. Apply some blue Loctite to the nut and bolt on the thread of the bolt through the lower mounting hole. Holding the nut with an adjustable wrench, tighten but do not final tighten the lower bolt at this time. Lower the bike onto the ground. With the bike now sitting on its own weight, final tighten all the shock absorber mounting bolts and nuts to 35 foot-pounds. We're now ready to move to the front of the bike. Lay a towel over your gas tank to save your paint from dents and scratches. Remove the 4 bolts and top cover from the handlebar clamp. Lay the handlebars on the tank to gain access to the fork tube caps. Loosen the top pinch bolts of the triple tree before removing the fork tube caps. Using the fork cap socket, remove the caps from their tubes. Be careful as the fork cap is under pressure and will release suddenly. Remove the metal spacer from the fork tube. Be sure to allow as much fork oil as possible to drip off all the components removed from the fork tube. Using a hook tool or a coat hanger, remove the washer and fork spring from the fork tube. Measure and cut the supplied fork tube spacers according to your bike's height. Install the new fork spring and helper spring into the fork tube. Install the washer, and then the spacer, and finally the fork tube cap. Using a torque wrench, final tighten the fork cap to 45 foot-pounds. With the caps reinstalled, tighten the top pinch bolts to 33 foot-pounds. Apply some blue Loctite to all 4 bolts and reinstall the handlebar clamp. Final tighten the handlebar clamp bolts to 14 foot-pounds. Well, that about wraps up this episode. As always, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe to our page.